Hey guys, welcome to the fourth lecture of the chapter Forms of Market. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss a very important question, that is price determination under perfect competition. In earlier lecture, we have already studied the meaning and features of perfect competition. Do refer the lecture if you haven't seen yet. And today we are going to discuss price determination under perfect competition. That means how the price is determined, how the price is fixed, which is uniform selling price under perfect competition. So let us start. Under perfect competition, price of the commodity is determined by the interaction of demand and supply. This much you already know. And the price which is determined by this interaction, it is known as equilibrium price. So basically under perfect competition, equilibrium price prevails in the market. Now, Alfred Marshall, you must be knowing about Dr. Alfred Marshall, who has given us all the laws, the law of DMU, law of demand, law of supply. So, Alfred Marshall has compared this process of price determination under perfect competition. This process is compared to the cutting of cloth with a pair of scissors. See, whenever we try to cut the cloth with a pair of scissors, then in that case, both the blades of scissors are required. They must be in a functioning. They must be functioning. It's not that one blade is not working. Both the blades should function properly. Then only we are able to cut the cloth. So similarly, both the forces of demand and supply are essential to determine the equilibrium price in the market. This is how Dr. Alfred Marshall has compared. Now let us see how these both forces come together to determine the equilibrium price in the market. So let us see that with the help of schedule and diagram. So on the board clearly I have given you the demand and supply schedule, that is table, as well as we have drawn the diagram with the help of the table. So let us see the table first. Demand and supply schedule. Some may call it schedule, some may call it schedule also. Take it the way you like. First column, price per kilogram of apples. We have taken the example of apples. Quantity demanded, second column. Third column, quantity supplied. And fourth one, we are going to establish the relationship between demand and supply, DD and SS, demand and supply. In the price column, we have taken price per kg of apples. We have started with 100 and we went on to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So up till 500, we have taken the price. Now in the second column, I'm talking about the second column particularly, quantity demanded. Please have a look at the board. Please take the wider screen so that it's clearly visible. Quantity demanded at the price of rupees 100. In the table, see, it can be clearly seen at the price of rupees 100 the quantity demanded is highest, that is 5000 kgs. 5000 kgs units of quantity demanded. And again look at the price. As the price goes on rising, it can be clearly seen that quantity demanded goes on falling. So as the price rises to 200, demand falls to 4000. Price further rises to 300, demand again falls to 3000, and likewise. So basically here we are going to establish the relationship between price and demand, which is inverse relation. Inverse means opposite. Price and demand move in the opposite direction. When the price goes up, quantity comes down. So one variable goes up, price goes up, the other variable demand comes down. So they move in the opposite direction, and hence we say price and demand are inversely related. Inverse means opposite. Price goes up, price up, demand down. So up and down, opposite. Hence it is called inverse relation. So same thing is depicted in the schedule, inverse relation between price and demand. Then let us talk about the third column, particularly quantity supplied. Now here we'll talk about the price, that is first column, and supply, that is third column. So it is clearly seen as the price goes on rising, same price is there, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. You may clearly see that supply is also on the rise. Only add 110. Price is 100, supply 1000. Price is 200, supply 2000. Price 300, supply 3000. That means price and supply, both the variables move in the same direction, and hence we say price and supply have direct positive relation. Direct. Why direct? Because both the factors go in the same direction. Price goes up, supply up. Both go in the up direction, same direction. So there is a direct positive relationship between price and supply of a commodity. So that is shown in the schedule. As the price goes on rising, supply is also on the rise, because see, the basic and simple logic behind this is that supply is done by the seller. So as the price rises, seller's profit margin also rises, and that's why with the rise in price, seller is interested in supplying more. Any seller is interested in supplying more, and hence there is always a direct positive relationship between price and supply. Now our fourth column in the schedule talks about that only, relationship between demand and supply. At the first instance of 100 rupees price, it is clearly seen from the table, demand is 5000, that is more, and supply is less. So same thing shown in the relationship column, DD greater than SS. Second case also, DD greater than SS. At the price of rupees 300, particularly I have marked with the help of red marker. At the price of 300, demand and supply both are equal, DD equal to SS, and here we are getting our equilibrium price, and that's why rupees 300 will be the equilibrium price in this case, which will set in the market, because this price we have arrived at by the interaction of demand and supply. Both are equal at this particular price of rupees 300. And if we move next in the table, we see as the price rises further 400, 500, then in that case, due to higher price, demand is less whereas supply is more, which is shown in the relationship column, that is column number 4. I hope this explains the table well to you. Let us move on to the diagram. See, many students are worried about like how to draw the diagram. Nothing difficult in it. Always remember price always on the y-axis. Always try to take price on the y-axis, on the upper side, vertical side. So let us take price on the y-axis, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And it's a request, all of you please use proper scale, proper measurements in order to have clear and perfect diagram. Do use the scale please. Whereas on the x-axis we are showing quantity demanded and quantity supplied, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 500, of course in kilograms. Then we have plotted the point. See, simple, I have shown the plotted point so that you get it clearly. Then with the help of that we get a downward sloping demand curve and upward sloping supply curve. See the supply curve, 100 rupee price, 1000 rupee, 1000 quantity supply. 200 price goes up, supply goes up. So likewise I have plotted the points clearly and made a circle around it so that you will come to know how to plot the points. And at the price of rupees 300, which is clearly shown in the diagram, there is equilibrium point which we are getting by the interaction of demand and supply curve. There I have shown DD equal to SS. Now let us explain the diagram. Whatever we have done, we'll write that only. The process of price determination under perfect competition is explained in the alongside diagram. Since my diagram is beside, I have written alongside. If you draw the diagram above, you write in the above diagram. You write that way. Price is shown on the y-axis, whereas demand and supply is on the x-axis. DD is the downward sloping demand curve, whereas SS is the upward sloping supply curve. Then we'll explain the table also. I've written everything on the board. From the above table, the following conclusions can be drawn. First, I'm mentioning the demand pattern, that is, as the price rises, demand goes on falling and so on. So the demand falls with the rise in price. Then second thing, I have mentioned supply pattern. When the price rises from 100 to 200 and so on, accordingly, since there is direct positive relationship, supply also goes on rising, that is upward. And then we come to the main point, equilibrium price. Do highlight it in your answer. At the price of rupees 300, demand and supply both are same, that is 3000 kgs, DD equal to SS. This is the stage of equilibrium, and hence rupees 300 will be the equilibrium price in the market. So this is how the price determination takes place under perfect competition. I hope you got it. I hope it helps. If you understood it, then make sure to like, share and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.